is Mike Wollmershauser.
My name is Jeff Jancic.
We'll be performing the from yellow belt to blue belt requirements for the American Hapkido Association. Starting with strikes first.
Strike number 8.
Strike number 8 begins right where the yellow belt tape number 2 left off for tape number 3. Strike number 8 will be dealing with a punch instead of a grab. Therefore, you're going to have to work on different type of blocks. The block we're working with is the inside soft block from the small circle, the cross hand inside block, the block coming across with the palm, which is called the iron palm block, that gives you the ability to block 2 things at one time if necessary.
Number 8.
Going back for the, we'll be stepping for the punch, and the number 8 is form the elbow. As he punches, are we doing a cross block?
I'll step across, and I'll shift my hip into his elbow area.
And this will snap the arm. Keep the elbow out, away from the body. Again. Block. And
Strike number 9, elbow to solar plexus.
okay, this one here is an uppercut with the elbow. Block. Coming in, striking, up, and delivering. This is an inside block.
The elbow strike is going to
Be about 2 inches below the solar plexus in order to deliver strength in through the inner part of the body to collapse his chest. Block,
be a small circle.
stepping in, striking, delivering the elbow up. If he's taller than you, slide the back foot to give more power. Ah! That way you can right to the chin. When aiming at the chest, a person can always pull his chest out of the way
Away by sticking his stomach in.
but the chin will come out to play, so he cannot get away from that strike. Next one.
Strike number 10, forearm to neck.
Hey! Same block. Take a look at it again. Hey! Now slide the foot up, getting closer and tighter on the person to come across and break the neck. Important on the strike here, we're focusing on the strike as it hits the neck. One arm on top. When the arm comes across, the one bone on the arm will be on top of the other arm to be able to deliver straight across. You don't want to place here. I'm not smacking him like in football to knock him down. I'm there to destroy him if I had to. And again, sliding the foot.
Strike number 11, knee to solar plexus.
Now in this case, I step into the person, the outside, block out, reaching around the neck, taking him down, and doing an elbow strike. Take a look at it again. Block, grab, hey! Important pose, how you arch the body in, grabbing the pressure point on the neck to bring him down. We're going to focus in on the pressure point behind the neck, or on the neck. At the base of the skull, got the hand around, you grab the pressure point, I'll tighten up, just give him a little bit of pain, then drag him down towards my knee, I'm going to arch my body, as the knee strikes in, I'm going to point my toe down for faster speed to get to the target area. Again. Hey! Hey! Got it?
Number 12,
Tiger race. Hey! As he punches at you, for a tiger race, you want to take the hand down, use the arm and the iron palm on the outside to block the other fist in case it comes around for another punch. And then you come across the tiger rake, right, where you penetrate the body or the face. Top of the head and face mask off. Again. Down and across. Ripping down. Again. Hey! You have to follow up. You can either strike or take them in for technique. That's in the area towards the blue belt.
Number 13, eye slice.
On the eye slice, you're cutting the eyeballs. As he punches in, take the hand down again, same way. You come across with the fingers. Let's focus on the hand now. So the hand comes across to cut the eyeballs with the fingernails. I can arch my hand up to sandblast his eyeballs, which temporarily will give him a problem there for a few days, if not a week. Downwards, it's going to slice his eyeballs. Again. Hey!
Coming across. And a second.
Number 14, cup strike, top of head.
Cup strike, same type of block if possible. Blocking down, delivering around top. If you stand higher, you arch the back of the foot to bring your body up higher to be able to smash the top of his head with explode his insides of the skull. Top of the head. Again. Hey!
Number 15, seated throw.
Seated throw is a nice one of my favorite strikes. Small circle to the outside, stepping to the outside into like a front stance in Taekwondo, striking at the throw. When striking, I try the lower part of the chest like a horseshoe. The horseshoe slide in and up. It hits, slides up into the throw. That way, if he pulls his chin in, you can still
And pop his chin up and break his jaw.
If he doesn't, again, you got a nice shot straight in. You hook into the throat area, the power finger out to keep the jaw up, the other fingers wrap around the back. You go to the front part, how the thumb bends across. This locks into like a monkey wrench. Then you do a little quick twist, and this snaps the throat out. Hey! These are the strikes for a blue belt. Now we go into the breakaway area, breakaways.
Number 5, bridge hand.
Number 5, ridge hand. This picks up again from yellow belt to blue belt. Open the hand up to spread these bones apart for easy to snap out. When stepping and pushing, try to unite your power on one side. Snap, guard. Just over his shoulder. Now we're going to focus on the back of his head. After I break away, I'm going to step and bring the hand around like a
Ridge hand. We call it a ridge hand because we want
the hand arched outwards. When my arm hits the back of his head, that would jar him a lot and almost knock him down. But when my hand snaps around, the second hit will knock him out. Because the brain cannot be conditioned for 2 hits at one time. Boom, boom. That close together. That causes the knockout. Again. Break. Hey! And I shift around and do him as disc thrower, hitting the back of the head. Number 6,
Spin around.
now number 6, you can either fake or not, it's up to you. I prefer to fake, like in Hapkido, to create the person to take your energy in the opposite direction. As I fake in, he's going to kind of pull back a little bit. As he does, my hand's going to wrap around. My thumb's going to be on the outside, I'm going to step at the same time. I'm push and guard, lower my hit his kidney area. I'm coming back around, grabbing his arm, hitting his gut, the groin and the back. The other things you can do on follow-up, that's higher belt. As far as, again, a fake.
Thumb was on the outside.
Now pushing across. Give me a technique played there, but what I want to do now is step in close and pivot around. Now look how the hand guards. See how the hand guards. I'll keep this from hitting me in the back of the head, and I come around his kidney area. I'll come back around the arm and go.
Number 7, backhand slap to the face.
Now sometimes, if you did before a previous breakaway, you may not get away all the way. So we have what's called a backhand slap. Basically all I'm doing is rolling around again. This time I'm going a little bit further over, finding he's a little bit stronger or something, I'm just going to
Snap and jump.
do the backhand snap to the eyes. A fake, around, hey! And a quick snap. Again, let's focus on the hands now. Come forward, arching. I come around and over. And now I'm going to jump and do a
Backhand slap to the eyes.
One more time. Hey! And strike.
Number 8, seated throw.
Number 8, seated throw is our last breakaway. And what I'm basically going to be doing is just stepping straight in and doing that same C strike I did from the punch, but straight into his throat. By stepping straight in, keep my elbow in close, gives me the power to step in and snap loose. As soon as I hit the throat for a breakaway, I'm loose, I've got him, and now I can control. All I need to do is grab his hair, spin him around, and I've got him right here.
Talk him or rip it up.
Those are the breakaways.
Next area, one hand, same side.
Wrist techniques. Wrist techniques. Same side grabbing. The person is a little more aggressive on stepping and grabbing. Going back against her and stepping and grabbing.
Overarm, block and strike.
Number 4, overarm lock and strike. Or number 5, if you're dealing with the people who wish to learn more inner power. As he grabs, I'll fake, I'll come around, take him down, and backhand slap across the head or the face. Again. Fake, around, down, hey! And strike. Fake, around, bam! Pop, strike, break, snap around if I want to. And then shift him out.
Number 5,
Let's look at it a little bit closer, number 4. As he grabs, let's watch how the hand rolls around and how I grab. As I step across, look where my elbow comes across. I don't have my elbow come straight down on him, but right in the middle. I come down the middle, arching up close to my face. Open hand for a back slap to the person. Number 5, sir.
wrist breaking elbow.
Again, he's aggressive. He reaches to grab. Fake again. I come across, step, and break. Then strike.
This one here now.
If you notice the hand now, after I fake forward and I come around, I'll have my thumb to the outside turn. That way the arm can totally break away loose and I can come across and hit his elbow, just above his elbow.
Joint break.
Let's take a look at it again now. You grab, fake, around, and break. Using the body power to do it.
Number 6, double guidance.
On number 6, a double guidance. It takes a little time to develop this one, so the person very slow on working it. As he grabs, do the same type of fake and with a step out, you're going to grab his hand, bring his hand up, and grab behind his elbow. As you apply pressure to his elbow, as he gets down, we can snap the elbow or shuffle in and dislocate. Again, he grabs, out, pressure point down, lock, you got him in. That's real slow now on the hand, on how it works on his elbow and the other area. I'm guiding with the hand, so that's why it's called a double guidance. The elbow guides down, the hand guides him up, and now it's straighter. At this point here, as I step back and down. From the break, I can take his arm and bring him forward if I want to, or I can lock him and dislocate.
S.
This technique now, number 7. When the one doesn't work too, he grabs you, you come around his arm bent, and you can't, and his arm's bent. Roll the hand around, use your little finger as a power finger, lock at your point, and you still shift the
Previous technique, you lock.
with one hand, right, with one hand, and as I do that, I'm going to roll the other hand down, that's what happens to him. He locks down. Again. I step, down, down, lock. This is lane right here. All I do is give a little lateral movement, and now he's totally strike, and then I
Give him additional pain if I want to.
Now we're going into another of the cross hand techniques.
Number 1, palm to opponent outside.
On a cross hand grab, you see opponent here grabbing his. When doing this here, you've got to break his energy. To break energy, you can do it many ways. One way is slap, one way another punch,
Low.
a kick to, or a kick to the shin. When doing this here, you want to be able to shift your body low. Hit.
When he goes down, now it's up to you what kind of pain you want to do to him.
You can lock him up high, or you can take him with a knee on the elbow, cross, which will lock his power. You can water his eyes, you can neck, or crush off. Again,
Cross hand grab. Hitting. Bring him down.
power turn, bring him and lock him. If he bends the arm, no problem. Take your arm to the ground and run in the other.
Number 2, cross hand over wrist.
On number 2, cross hand over wrist. As he grabs, you can cross up and over, just focus on the hand.
Put his hand towards him.
To make it, I gotta step back and give a proper arch. This will take him down. From here, I guess, or other things. This time you can go forward or backwards. It's up to you which way you want to go with it. Again, you grab around, down, hey! Or all the way and lock. A little quick lock right here. You got a lot of pain on it right now. Quick turn.
Number 3, inside pressure point elbow.
Now, spin inside his point of elbow. When he grabs you here, you want to make sure you grab low towards his wrist. You want to step in and grab his elbow right there on the elbow on the far side here. You want to push across and you want to pull upwards. Footsteps. Make sure you step toe to toe almost. Now watch how I pivot. If you pivot high, he can escape. If you pivot lower, you lower your weight and take him down. Knee, you got him locked, now strike. Again, number 3. He grabs, around, take him down. Be careful. Now that you can snap it, or you can bend the wrist and break his energy. Either way you want to do it. Grab, step in, spin around. You take him over this way here, the red belt technique, or the higher belt technique, and can dislocate his shoulders. You got to be careful in that area.
Number 4, arm lock.
He grabs, do a grab again. Step in, arm high, coming underneath his elbow. Grab the uniform, arm comes down, and you twist up. Opposite, and gives a lot of pain. Leave the body out,
Raise his arm up.
come underneath the bone, and grab. A little turn here, together, gives him a lot of pain, and arches him up. Again. He grabs, step down, and down he goes for a smash. Okay, sir, thank you very much. My name is Mike Wollmershauser, the yellow belt of blue, 2 hands grabbing 1. Myself.
Mr. Brian Labotis.
Okay, 2 hands grabbing 1. Sometimes the person they grab you, they're putting extra power on it.
Same if you have a weapon or something else, or if you don't, either way. But dealing with this 2-hand 1, the first thing you want to know is learning how to use power on one side to be able to execute a strength movement. Here's what we're dealing with in the first one, solar plexus. I'm going to reach between his hands, and I'm going to grab my hand. I'm going to step straight in, I'm going to pull straight up with my one hand and push with where the solar plexus and follow straight up to his chin, hand to the outside. Let's take a look at it again now.
And my hand is between his hands.
As I step, grab it. From here, I'm going to push forward. Now you can see how it's turning over. Go to the back part of my head. I'm still looking at him, aiming straight at his body to his chin. If he's taller than me, I for extra height elevation. Okay? Again, two hands grabbing one, elbow the solar plexus. In, straight up, strike, and slide. Number 2.
Forearm to face.
Forearm to face. This
I'm going to be doing a little different. The same step, but this time I'm grabbing over, coming across, and striking. A little faster. Hey!
Now let's take a look at the hand now again. I'll step in, so like a T,
Pivoting across, put my
come around, trap both hands,
and drop straight down.
again. I can flip them over if I want to.
Lock them, or go with a straight hammer fist to the face, or jaw. Let's focus on the hands now. Two hands grabbing.
I fake, I lower my weight, I come around, put my hands on top of both his hands, on the top of his wrist, and I break him down. I can go with a kick here, or I can take him straight to the ground.
Next area.
Two hands grabbing two.
Two hands grabbing the first one.
Handing it to neck.
Okay, on doing his hand to the neck on the first hand grabbing two, it's important to take note on how I unite my power again. What's happening here is that as I step to my body, and step down, I'm turning my hand out, we can hang on to. I'm coming down with his hand, smashing on one hand. His hand smashing on his own hand. I'll snap it across, form my pseudo strike, and bring in for a strike into the neck or a back slap or whatever. Again. Number 2.
Back wrist, break thumb, kick groin.
Back wrist. Okay, what I'm doing here, stepping back and coming across with his back of his wrist together. Roll my fingers down his wrist and break his thumbs with my neck. Step back with that foot. Bam. From here, I'm going to kick to the groin. Cover with one hand across both his arms. Chain my hand for an inverted punch toward off. Back, break, kick, down, strike. Again. Hey! And in. That's two hands grabbing the third one.
Back wrist, pseudo ribs.
Now on the third one here, when I come up, snap my hands around to do a pseudo strike on his rib cage. From a strike to the rib cage, I'm going to chain her back and do a pound strike to the chest. And knock him away. Again. We're stepping in instead of backwards.
Again. 1, 2. Strike in for a pound strike.
Or, and go with a double pseudo. 1, 2, then strike. That's two hands grabbing.
The next area,
Head or hair, number 3.
Grabbing the head or the hair.
Two hands, forearm to elbow.
Number 3 now. We're picking up from tape number 2, going to tape number 3 now. And as he grabs my hair, what I'm going to do here, you grab hold of my hair, is tight.
I'm going to step.
Unite my power again. As I do this, I'm going to trap his arm. down,
Strike in.
and the second strike going back. Again. Hey! To make this strike effective, as my arm comes around, I'm going to lock my elbow in and my arm in with my upper torso and shift my hip to go right underneath his rib cage. I'm going to be able to penetrate one or two joints of my fingers underneath his ribs to either grab his ribs or do internal damage. On him grabbing my hair, I'll also make sure I roll my arm around and get him close and tight to my body if I can do this. Again. Coming down, bringing it close. Hey! Striking in. Another strike if I need it. Number 4.
Overarm lock and strike.
Grabbing the hair. Grabbing his hand, coming over
And across.
and then striking. I can break straight back towards me and do a quick strike coming down. Again, hair, overarm lock and strike. Part fate, grabbing, up, over.
Now, in this area here, we're going up towards the blue belt test. Your students should be able to learn
How to take the person to the ground. Like they take his foot out, run him into the ground. Now he's into the ground, all I need
to do is walk around.
and jack his arm out of socket. Be careful there. Next area, shoulder. Oh, that's still another hair.
That's it.
Okay, shoulder now.
Number 3, axe.
Now on the shoulder technique, grabbing the shoulder, number 3, the axe. There's a technique that can really destroy the wrist, so please be careful there. Here's what we're doing here. Again. Hey! What I'm doing is this here. He grabs my shoulder. I'll grab his hand and nail it to my shoulder. As he focuses in this vicinity of his wrist and my hand, as I step, his arm is going to turn to the side, as you can see. Also, as I step, let's take a look at the half the picture area. I'm raising his hand up. As my arm comes straight down onto his wrist, my hand is going to twist and snap his wrist. Then do a quick sumo chop if I wish to, or a backhand slap. Again, the axe. Up, down, hey! And strike. The next shoulder technique, number 4, is the inside dive. Inside dive. Here where he grabs, and he's pushing like towards me a little bit as he grabs. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to trap his hand and take him to the ground. And then strike. Again, he grabs, I trap. As I step back, my hands will come up and over his arm. As I go down, I'm going to twist and go down and out. And then strike. One of the ways that I explain this particular technique to make it work properly, and the proper formation of the bones and the body twisting, is I tell the student that, well, imagine that this is a ridge of a mountain, and you're flying a plane around the Grand Canyon area. So you can fly up over the ridge. You're going to dive down along the side of the ridge, cross the valley, and back up on the other side a little bit. And that's how I normally explain for a person to be able to do this technique. Many different fouls can be done at that point. That's the shoulder area. Okay? Chest area. Number 3. When a person grabs the chest area on number 3, what I'm going to be doing here is spinning under. Going underneath his arm, getting behind him and locking him. First thing I'm going to do is fake, come around and lock him up partially. From here, I'm going to spin around, underneath, kind of lock him, break him down, and finish him off. Again, he's grabbing. I grab his hand, my thumb's on top. I'll step in, go underneath his elbow, raise him up. You can't even straighten up too sometimes. It depends on how the guy grabs you. From here, as I got up in the air, I'm going to pivot around and go underneath. As I go underneath, I add a little pressure right here and bring it around. Now, one side of the shoulder is locked, as one arm is, and you can't escape out of it very easily by somebody jumping out of it. So what I must do is stop him from being able to get away. So that means I have what's called counter-lock his body. Get the other side of his body locked also. Reaching across, grabbing his hair on the opposite side will counter-lock the body. At this point, I'll bring him in closer. I'll break him down behind his knees. I'll hang on to his hair, and then go for a strike and a break. Or a slap and a threatening break. That was a chest technique. Number 4 is the overarm lock chest technique. He's grabbing the chest. Basically, I'm doing there is, again, faking one side, coming across and over. Striking down, back slap, grab his hair, and counter lock him. Now I can grab the top of the hair and arch him straight back and peel him all the way back here and walk him down. But he still has the ability to pivot to the side and get him away. If I grab the opposite side, now he cannot do that. It stops him from doing that particular movement. It's a good technique for the street. Again, on the chest, overarm lock and strike, similar to the one on the hair. Hey! Strike, grab, and counter lock. From here we go to the belt techniques. The belt techniques. On the belt technique, where you deal with a person grabbing down low and you learn how to govern your body a lot more. As he grabs on the belt, there's one where you go what's called the backward belt technique, similar to the backward shoulder and chest technique that you have in tape 2. Where you just lock, step back, take him down, slight pivot, and bring your knee around on his elbow to lock him. Again, basically he's grabbing the belt, both my hands go on top, I step back, twist him and take him down. I bring the knee across to the elbow and then add a little bend to it to break it. Belt technique. Number 2 belt technique is the thumb, where I'll reach across and grab the thumb, bend the thumb back into itself there, where it's going to give him some quick pain, and then we'll twist him out into an outside lead. Again, he grabs. I grab the thumb either way. I can pinch it across like this here, or I grab the fingers. From here, bring it across here, add the other hand on top, and pivot around. And down he goes. From here, I can march him around, knee on him, bring the arm around. Now I can cuff him, if you use it for self-defense for a police officer. The next one from the belt is the axe, or the guillotine one. Similar to the one you did up here on the shoulder. Now you learn how to make it work down lower. Here you're using, if you want to focus in on here, is this part of the hand right here, first finger. As he grabs, that part of the finger will hit right on his navicular bone here. And as I turn and step, I'm going to raise up high, put my hand on top. As I come down, I'm going to straighten my arm out. Little twist, and now he's down. Again, he has me. I grab, come up, down, hey! And I break him down. From here I need to take it up. I've got him pinned now. Those there are the belt techniques. Belt techniques. Okay. The next area is the handshakes. Handshake area. Okay, on the handshakes, when a person grabs, first thing most Hapkido people already know that. Keep a guy from power squeezing your hand. You want to raise your finger forward up a little bit. By raising your finger up, it tightens your thumb up, and your thumb will add pressure to the muscle between his thumb and finger. So those two things working together simultaneously will stop the other person from squeezing your hand and squashing it. You better raise the hand. If you have that finger down, it's hard to add pressure to the thumb. You raise the finger up, it automatically pressurizes the thumb on that area there to stop them squeezing. From here, there's a lot of different techniques you can do. One easy technique is like for the present release. All you're basically doing is coming across the chop here and pulling back. So you're shaking hands, the guy doesn't want to let go. All you do is you can either step in if you like to. The main thing is strike down and pull back. Again, person here, you either squeeze your hand or he's hanging on to you and cannot leave easy. Sure, you can be nice about shaking on this here. Just raise the hand a little bit higher and just snap it across. It breaks it loose. Open the fingers up. Come across. It's like you sawing wood, coming straight back. It's like sawing wood, coming straight back off of it. And you're away. The next one is a middle knuckle strike and a back fist strike. This case here, the guy maybe squeeze your hand. All you do is step, put the hand next to your body. Strike down as you step down with the hand and the middle knuckle strike. If you hit his hand, twist your knuckles to give him pain, turn his hand over, and back fist him into the face. Again, handshake, step, down, and back fist. Unite that power. Slide his arm straight down, his hand straight down your side into his hand. Your hand should be planted right against your body. Therefore, even if you're blind, you should be able to hit right on it. Hit it, twist it, turn, strike. That's handshake. So we had our first one on stopping first from squeezing your hand, the second one from the breakaway, third one from the strike. The next one, underneath, jacking it up, and Sul striking across the low ribs. Again, one, up, two, and across. Again, one, up, from a semi-T stance. Be sure you pull his arm down, jack them up, from a knife edge, pivot around, lock your arm into your body, aim that low rib, and go straight across. Okay, thanks, sir. Thank you. Now we'll be going into two hands grabbing at elbows. Two hands grabbing at elbows. Okay, now Brian's going to be grabbing at my elbows, and what we'll be doing is two techniques. Okay, the first technique,
Cross grab sleeve into wraparound.
cross grab sleeve into wraparound. Basically all I'm doing here is when he grabs the elbows to keep me from grabbing him or something, I'm going to reach across and grab the nearest thing to me, his sleeve. Okay, his sleeve here. When I grab his sleeve and pull down, hopefully it's going to help bend his arm a little bit. As it does this, I'll be stepping and wrapping this arm around his. As I step up, I'm pushing my elbow against his hand, going up towards his face for a grab. I'm lowering my body to bend my knees. I wrap around and I push through to the elbow. From here, I can strike and eliminate. Let's take a look at it again now. Two hands grabbing at elbows. Grab the elbows. I'm lowering my weight. Immediately I grab, I come across for a strike. From here, I wrap around, I down lock. I can grab in the groin area. I can strike here if I want to. I can come across. I can lock by grabbing here. Just lock on the arm here to give it more pain here. Or I can grab it from the shoulder area. Lock here. From here, I can strike across on the rib cage too. Again, two hands grabbing at elbow. Wrapping around. From here, just go straight on through. And then down. Second one.
Wing trap.
Two Two hands grab at elbows, wing trap. This one here, basically what you're doing is you're trapping one of his hands. You're coming across, grabbing it, stepping back, bringing a hand over, taking him down. From here, grab his hair, bring him around, counter lock here if you want to. Or put him at the pressure point and eliminate him. Again, wing trap. Now I can either step back if he's pushing at me, or I can step forward, taking him down. Let's take a look close at the hands now, what's happening in this one particular elbow. As I'm coming around, drop his elbow, man, if I can catch it there. Locking, bringing it in. Angling the hand down and through. Again, instead of grabbing, I can come straight double, locking down here. Turn him over and striking. Wing trap. Your wing, referring from the elbow down, trapping him, striking. Right here. Okay, next area.
7 stances of Hapkido.
Okay, going to the 7 stances of Hapkido. Okay, the first stance is the offensive punch stance. Offensive punch stance. Front view, side view. Toes grabbing, knees bent. Concentration eyes, elbows in. The second one, defensive punch stance. Stepping back, going to a cat stance, raising the heel up, covering the heart, the solar plexus, and bring the fist behind. From here, if you're cornered by a person or something, this stance here, or more than one people here, this stance here will cover your main areas here. Use your eyes for concentration to look at their eyes to determine what their sincerity is as far as harming you, whether it's for life or death or anything. The front foot here can keep the assailant away with a quick front kick in this area here. This hand here can come out the back fist or backhand slap across the eyes. The other hand here, behind here, you can go into a spinning technique low and striking with a spinning back fist here. Or you go into a quick spin, just turning and throwing a big spin to the person. That's what you do, but this is the defensive punch stance. Next one is the offensive pseudo stance. Offensive pseudo stance. Both hands down. Offensive pseudo stance. Weight 65% on the back foot. Toes grabbing, knees pointing straight. Offensive pseudo stance. The next one is the high angry cat stance. High angry cat stance. Front view, side view. It's important to have this hand facing towards the person. By raising your hand up in the air, as so, this here will make the peripheral vision of your opponent work harder. Therefore, if he is taller than you or larger than you, by raising his hand up, could back him off a little bit because he has to readjust to the new size you're occupying, and it can throw him off psychologically on how big you really are, and it will cause a little danger to him and fear to him. It will give you an extra chance of moving. Front hand out, down low for blocking any knife attacks or anything. Okay? High angry cat stance. A cat arches his back to appear larger against a dog or another animal. You're doing the same basic idea right here. High angry cat stance. The next one is the large circle block. Large circle block. This stance here is designed for the person has you trapped in a corner or something, and he's waiting for some help, or he's trying to get to you, and he's a little bit hesitant about getting to you. You can open yourself up, and he thinks that you're much more available to be attacked. And so therefore, or same as getting your hands up. You learn how to work with your hands up. So when a person comes at you, you can go into a large circle block. Coming down. Large circle block. Or the large X, double X block here. Going down. Or large X block. Okay? From here we go into the small circle. Small circle. Your feet, again, the cat stance. The hand that's on top is the hand with the same foot as forward. And from here, you can deliver a quick front stab kick or a backhand slap. Keep the elbows in when striking. On a small circle here, you've got the blocking ability right here, or going down, or combination coming around right here, or reverse, small X, short X, side X. Again. Now, when I was in with the old man, Soo, he said sometimes using an open hand is very difficult for a strong person to block against. So he recommends taking down the first knuckle here and blocking out, blocking. Turn that hand here. Okay? And going around. The advantage of having an open hand is that you can grab the opponent and go into a wrist technique or something. Okay? The next stance is the mass attack stance. Here you're occupying more space, therefore it pushes your assailant away from you. He doesn't get in so close to you. You standing up, you're occupying so many cubic feet around you. And a person more apt to approach and get closer to you to either knife you or punch you or something. So if you've got 4 or 5 guys and you got you kind of surrounded or something, they're giving you a lot of problems, they're moving in on you, by quickly moving out into this type of stance, you're demanding more area around you, more cubic feet. And this stops them from approaching you a lot easier and backs them off. At this point, you try to pick your easy way out. Like if one opponent comes from one direction, you try to certainly move, angling his attack out, pivoting around, and then taking off in that direction there. Mass attack. So basically went over the punch stance. 1, 2, defensive punch stance. 3, pseudo stance. 4, high cat stance. 5, large circle. 6, small circle. 7, mass attack stance. Okay, now we're going into the knife defense. We're dealing with 3 different knife attacks now. Brian has his knife here, and when he comes at a person, there's different ways that people may approach you. So when you come to a knife, the first thing is to understand that if you look at the hand itself moving at you, it'll move much quicker towards you. If you try to focus on the body and see the intent of the person, if you have a chance there, that is very important. Now when a knife comes at you, okay, back a little bit, sir. When a knife comes at you, most knife fighters have one hand in front of them to grab you, to stick you, or to prefer to stick you from behind. But we're going to be doing it from the front. As he comes in, what you're going to be doing is X block. Now the X block or the V block we'll be doing here is where basically what you're going to do is you're going to take one hand, layer it over the other hand, right where the thumbs meet, and the wrists are going to overlap. From fingertip to fingertip, you should be spanning about 10 to 11 inches, maybe more than that. Most of your vital areas in the center of your body will cover that area, 10 to 11 inches or even 9 inches of the person. So basically, if you get that V out to do the block, pull your stomach in, that should be sufficient to protect you from being stabbed in any vital area. Anytime you deal with a knife attacker, normally you probably will get cut. But being cut and being killed is 2 different things. So let's go again. Here he is. He's coming at me. First I'm going to maybe fake him out on my size. If he comes in at me, I can block down, grab. At this point here, I'll be going underneath his arm. Underneath, in. From here, I'll be sweeping him down. Let's take a look at this technique again. Knife attack. As he comes in at me, I will block. From the block, I'll take a step, As I go around here, make another step here, he's going to have a lot of power in his arm, so I've got to really concentrate on bending this elbow. So the sooner I can work on bending that elbow, the sooner I can angle this knife into his low rib area in his gut. Here we go again. The block, stepping under, angling hard, bending his elbow, bringing the knife up into his rib cage. From this here on the suicide, I'm going to sweep him to the floor. The reason why is simple. Is that many times a person gets stabbed or shot and the person does not feel the knife in them, they can still fight. So once you sweep them to the floor, it's going to be a lot difficult for them to be able to get up because the pain is going to be in their body, in their system. So I'll sweep them down and take them down. Immediately I can move away to get away from them. If not, I can stop, stay right here and do a kick to the face or something. Stop. Suicide, one more time. Coming in, round, pow, in, grab hair if I want to, ha! Finish him off. The second one is the slap. He's going to be coming in again. What I'm going to do is sidestep him. I'm going to block up, curve my hand, cut across, and take him down. Ah! Again, comes in, come across, block up. I bend my wrist can catch his. Then I'm going to slap across with my hand, knife edge, hit his hand to break his wrist right here. To break his wrist. I've got it locked, trapped, and I'm going to strike across with this knife edge right here. Sometimes the knife will go flying. From here, I'm immediately going to go into a semi-wraparound and take it in. And have them locked. This one is the slap. Again, if I have distance, step, strike, around, and rip. Third one. The third one, we call that the throat cut. Okay, what he's going to be doing here is he's going to be coming down from above. Now normally I wouldn't go to the ground with him, but I want to bring him around for the camera to be able to catch it, for you can be able to see where the knife is at. Let's take a look at it again now. Here he is, coming from above. I'm going to hit his elbow. By hitting his elbow, and below his elbow here, that's going to stop that arm from hitting me easily. From this point here, I'm going to protect my head and bring my hand across. I'm going to run my elbow into his rib cage. This should brace it quite well into a wedge here between his framework. At that point, his arm should be stopping. I can grab his arm, I come across, and break his elbow. I can do more at this point, but right now, basically what I'm going to do is do a reverse move on him. Come back down my hand, grab the pressure point at the elbow with my little finger. I'll be bending his wrist to break his power. I'll be stepping back, taking him down. At this point here, the knife is at his throat, and it cuts his throat, he hangs onto the knife. If not, I can run into the ground, the elbow, and strike into the gut. We'll try it from the other side now. Again, he's coming from above, strike, over, back down, and cut right here. And if I want to finish it more, because you might have dropped the knife, I can just pin his elbow down and go with a strike here or a palm crush. Okay, those were 3 knife attacks. Now the next area we're going to go into is a sleeper hold. A sleeper hold. Okay, Mr. Brian Walsh, can you go down right here, please? Okay, the sleeper hold is primarily designed for 2 things. One, to cut the oxygen off, whether it's through his windpipe or through his left carotid artery. Okay? To do this, what you want to do is be able to bring your hand around. And the first time I want to teach you is where you grab the lapel, you thumb up real high behind his back of his neck. You grab a hold with your hand, you wrap it around. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the arm across. If you watch the wrist close, it's going to twist up into his throat. Now to make it extra tight on him, I'm going to take my other hand and bring it right into my elbow here. And put my arm to the back here of his head. I'm going to be pushing this forward. I'm going to be pulling this around, the front part around, the back part into the back of it, his head, and I'm going to lean back. And he'll slap immediately. Again, first sleeper hold. Grabbing around, behind, lock. Kind of walk on the other side. Angle it. Angle the wrist up, cutting in. Doesn't take too many seconds. Between 4 to 6 seconds, he should be getting quite a bit in there. By the time 8 seconds rolls around, you'll see a bunch of little stars going there, and you really don't want to carry anyone that far or farther than that. It's just too far as it is. You know, you're cutting the oxygen in the left quarter artery to the brain out, and this can cause, problems there. Okay, so please watch it. Don't carry it too far. Don't go choking a person out. Even in the street, you have to be careful. Especially with so many people on dope and other things that very easy, you choke them out. You have to choke them a little bit farther than normally because of their hyperness of a drug, and that could kill them. This happened recently where a police officer did this up in upstate New York in February this year. Okay?
So the chokehold.
Number one. We're going to show you one right now. This is at the blue belt level, from yellow to blue belt level. There'll be much more on the other level test. Okay, now we're going into throws.
Okay, Brian.
Sir. Okay, now on the first sheet, in the second tape, white belt to yellow belt, we went up to number 7 throw. Now we're going to be picking up on number 8 throw. Number 8. So we'll be doing 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Possibly one more. Okay. On the throws. Number 8.
Cross hand inside.
Okay. Cross hand inside. Now we're dealing with a higher level. We're dealing with a punch now. All the previous techniques that you did on the previous tape, as far as punching goes, as far as throws going at, are all going to be administrated from a punch. So therefore, there's going to be different mouths and different movements there for all of those. We're not going to show the previous tape as far as the pickup, as far as the blocks go from a punch. All we're going to be doing from this point here is carrying from number 8 on. But on the examination, when you test your students, you should have them carry it from the very beginning to the very end on all of them. Okay, cross hand inside. Okay, as he steps and punches here, I'm going to be using a X block, as you saw earlier. So from this position here, as he comes in at me, an X block coming in. I'm going to go into a circle motion. As I do, it'll land to his hand to my hands, or his wrist. I'll be stepping underneath, that means inside, turning. At this point here, I'll make sure his elbow is straight, and take it over and out. Again. And he punches, blocks, around, and smash, or a quick lock if I'd like to. It could be there or other areas. Take a look at it again. Cross, inside. He punches. I block. I go into a circle. I step. Let's take a look at the hand now. Hand is arched. Just picks him up. I go into a egg-shaped circle to launch him out. Okay, here we go. And then I go for a break right here. Number 9. This is a cross outside, number 9. As he punches here, I block. This time I change my block the other hand on top. I go into a circle, I step the other direction, and now he goes for a throw here.
Down he goes.
And then he goes for a break. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Again, cross outside. As he punches, and I block, I go into a circle, around, punch or a break. Now it's important to understand that anytime you do these blocks here, when you block up, the hand is nearest your face, the direction you turn first. The left hand is nearest me, I can go into a circle, left direction first to grab and to go underneath. On the other one, he punches, the right hand is nearest me, I go into a circle, I grab, and then I throw. Okay, next one's a 3-point, number 10, 3-point. Okay, on a 3-point, basically I'll be taking them down real quick to the ground. 3-point. I'm going to block and grab. I'm going to push on his shoulder. I'm going to sweep on his leg. When I sweep on his leg, what I want to do is I want to take my Achilles tendon here and I'm going to tuck my toe up. I want to hit and then tuck my toe up to sweep his whole foot off the ground. As I sweep through here, I'm going to pull this arm and I'm going to push this shoulder. Okay? Down he goes real fast then. Again, 3-point. I'm going to step get close enough so I can do a decent sweep. He punches, I'm in, decent enough, great. Now I can run for a rib crush, break the arm. Right there. Next one.
Number 11, cross behind.
Cross behind.
Number 11.
Now here is where I'm going to be stepping behind him more. A little bit more forward here, sir. So as he punches here, and I block, I'm going to cross behind here with my hip, and I'm going to sweep him through and drop him towards his head. And now I can go with a punch straight in. Again, cross behind. He punches, I block, I come behind. You see how my hip fits here? An arm block. From here, I'm going to sweep and drop him over, go for a punch. Cross behind. Let's take a look at it again. He's punching. I grab, block and grab. I step across, angling my hip. Let's take a look at another view here. I step across, angling my hip. Up, over, on his head. Break the arm, or go for the neck. Go for a shot, or a punch. Or a simple, or straight in, and crush in here. Or come across, counter lock here, and break. That there is a little bit fancy than what you'd ask for a blue belt, though. A little bit. Okay, let's go to the next one now.
Number 12, cross front.
Number 12, cross front.
Here's the same thing you did before, but you're crossing in front. As he's punching into a cross block, you come right in front of him here. Again, up, sweep over, down he goes, and immediately be on top of him for a punch. Of course, on the street or on a bar or whatever it may be, it's a lot harder ground, so you won't be bouncing and jumping up immediately. He's going to be getting crushed, and be getting hurt, his breath can be knocked out. Again, cross in front. He punches, blocks, step in or shuffle in quick, hey! And follow the quick punch. The next one,
Number 13, spin behind.
Behind choke. Spin behind choke.
Now Master Parks, Dr. Dojunim Park, he likes this one, he does it in his demonstration. You'll catch it on my next tape, number 4, where he does the demonstration there, where he has Bobby Hong and and Tommy and George attacking him. And what he does basically there is this here. As the guy is coming at him, he'll block out, come around, knife edge, all the way around, and you sweep the guy down and go with a strike or with another strike on top. Let's take a look at it again. Here he comes. Around, through, sweep, hey! And get on quick. On tape 1, we did this technique. And what we did on tape 1 was that we took him over our hip and threw him, that would snap the neck and land on top of his head. This one here sweeps him down and behind. Again, he's coming, cross block, stepping, sitting around with a knife, hand, scissors to the neck, all the way around, butt to butt to the outside, lower the weight, sweep through, drag the neck through the same time, down he goes. Once he's down, go to low crib punch, send his insides in, up inside. Okay. You have to conclude the throws? Yes, sir. Thank you. We'll be going to kicks just shortly. Stay right with us. Okay, now we'll be going to kicks. These kicks we'll be doing will be in the area of the blue belt level. Okay. With me, assisting me, is Mr. Andrew Long, 3rd degree black belt in Hapkido and Taekwondo. Sir? Yeah. Okay, the first kick.
Crossing rear.
The crossing rear. This side here, sir? Yeah. First he's going to go straight at me on a crossing rear kick. Crossing rear kick. We can watch how he crosses the foot, how he turns his hip over and kicks straight back. Again, crossing rear. Now diagonally, looking at it coming semi towards you. With power and with the heel. Okay, next one.
Crossing Toyo.
Okay, now crossing roundhouse kick. He'll cross in front, turn the foot, knee chamber, and kick up. Again, crossing roundhouse. And faster. And diagonally. The important part on this kick here is that when he crosses, he will pivot his foot into a V, he'll chamber his knee high, he'll keep his body straight and snap up the guard up. And return back. Okay, now we go into the crossing side kick. Crossing side kick. To the side first. Crossing behind. Stuffing in the center. Same type of chamber for a roundhouse kick, pretty much. Again. And higher. And diagonally. Now as you notice when he threw that power out, it actually carried his momentum forward a little bit for the extra drive. So watch it one more time with power. There it snaps in real well. Okay, and the next kick.
Crossing knife edge.
Has a crossing knife edge side, okay? Excuse me, next one.
Spinning rear.
Spinning rear kick. Spinning rear kick. Okay, on spinning rear, what you want to do is basically get that heel turn around and turn his hip. He'll get his head around and see where he's at. As you can see, he's chambering up. He's going to snap straight back and hit me. Again. And again. At blue belt level, at that time, they can start beginning on the jump. First, they must turn all the way, look at the person, do a slight jump and the kick. That's all we want from the blue belt. Like so. We We don't want to add so much more than that right now. Okay, diagonally. The turn only and the kick. And now with a little bit of a jump. Okay, one more time. Okay. Once you learn how to turn, how to get the hip position around, now we go into the spinning
wheel.
Spinning wheel kick. On a spinning wheel, if you learn how to turn that hip around, learn how to turn the foot around, all you need now is how to snap the foot around. Let's take a look at mine this time. Okay, if I'm going from this angle here, from behind here, basically all I'm going to be doing is turning, get my hip over my heel, chambering my upper part of my body, and snapping it around for the kick. Okay, from here, around, and snap it. From here, around, and snap it. Again. And diagonal position of it. And snapping, coming back around to the original spot. That way, now you can go into what's called the bottom spin kick. The bottom spin kick. And Mr. Andrew Long will demonstrate the bottom spin. Grab a bag here. Now on the bottom spin, the same approach you're going to take, the only difference is going to be dropping this weight and carrying the foot around. The leg wants to hit between 8 inches to a foot above the ground to catch a guy around the calf muscle, or his kid is tendency to drop him. Again. Bottom spin. It's important to get the hands around far enough in front to have the momentum to push you through in case the person lifts his leg for you.
Turn around for a second time.
Or go high strike. Okay. And diagonally. Come over here, sir. And freeze. Next time coming in, freeze, and we'll take a look at it real close. Okay. Body's anchored, turned around, his hands are in front, and he's looking to target. Carry his weight through. Okay.
Bottom spin.
Thank you, sir. Okay. The next kick we're going into is the
Chinese crescent.
Chinese crescent kick. Chinese crescent kick is like a purple
So come there. So what you can do is come across the front.
and cut them right across the collarbone to the center of the body. Again, snaps it across. And diagonally.
Okay.
That is the Chinese crescent. Coming out of the knife edge, aiming at the center of the body, and cutting across.
Next hip is the instep shin.
Okay, the instep shin is a nice one to break a person's timing. If he's ready to come at you, you just come right across and hit him. Coming right out and hitting. Other kicks and just besides that. From here, we go into the next one,
Sweeping.
and that's the sweeping. Now, sweeping is real high, can get someone to kick at you, but right now, at blue belt level, basically all you're going to do is take them down. I'm going to change positions again here, because I want to show you, basically, this direction. I want to show you that I'm hitting him right on his thigh in this area here. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to skip, and I'm going to skip my foot right between his legs, like a crossing side kick or crossing roundhouse, crossing anything. I'm just jumping right in between his feet. I'm going to turn my body, I'm going to lower my weight. My front hand is going to catch him across the front of his body before we sweep him to the ground. Here's how the sweep goes now. Down he goes, and follow the punch. Again. Sweeping in, out goes, follow the punch. Hey! And if he was kicking, which you're not doing right now, you're basically doing it, take the foot up, coming underneath, and hitting the other leg, and sweeping them down. Okay? Or, if it's a side kick, you would take the side kick to the side and come in and hit, and take them down. Okay, so that is the sweeping area. Next thing is taking them off balance. Okay, fine, Sam? This one here is the inward hook. Inward hook. Inward hook is basically coming around, form a hook with your ankle bone and your foot, catching right behind his knee, pull up, balance, pull him into you, like so. Right here, boom, boom. You can tag him quick. The front foot, shuffle, hit. And you're right on top of him real quick. Inward hook. Let's take a look at the foot now and where I hit him at in the knee, how I pull. Let's kind of focus right down there. Here I am, getting ready to come in. I fake high, I bring my foot around and hook. I drag him towards me a little bit. Now I can step down and I'm right on top of him. And as you know, if you expand, you can see how my fist is ready to come in for a cross shot. Okay, it's an inward hook. Now the inward hook takedown, I go down to the Achilles tendon where it hooks right on the heel, on the lower part of the calf. And I take him to the ground, a little edit, with my hand if necessary. I go with the front foot coming in and follow up. Or I can come across the back area, sweeping here, and down he goes, and fouling up. Inward hook takedown. Low, down he goes, I'm right on top of him, and hang on to him to cover his arm, and go over strike. Again, inward hook takedown. And foul right on top. Let's take a look at it real slow now, where I'm hitting it. Here I am, ready. This time, look like when we're stepping, all I do is bring my foot right around and hook that lower part. I pull this foot out from underneath him. I pull it right out from underneath him and take him out. Okay, did you get that? Now we go into the front kicks. 4 variations. Now the first variation on a front kick is a loose foot snap kick. That is the fastest kick there is. Of course, if you have a shoe on, you're not going to get hurt. But the fastest one you can rip off on a person. You aim your knee above the target area, you can follow through to deliver an effective blow. The next strike is a front ball of the foot where you turn the toes up. You turn the toes up. Again, focusing on the foot here. See how the toes are turned up. And that's great for stopping the person in the center here or hitting the other area to knock them down or even kick them into the chin on a front ball of the foot kick. Like at the chin. The next one is the heel. The heel is a good kick, especially if you're sitting down and a person's approaching you. You come up with a heel, and this cold cock comes right in the center of his body here. He steps in, you're doing a heel kick right on his body, and flatten him out real quick. Knocking the breath out of him, and knock him on his butt. And you're really not doing a whole lot of damage if you pick the right spot. If you're sitting down and the person approaches you. That way, bam, approaches, hit, and down he'll go. Okay. Now, the fourth kick is a knife edge. A knife edge. This knife edge now is good for hitting in the muscle area or tendon area here, or a pressure point, or up in here, or in the side area, or in a joint area if he's trying to block. So a knife edge is going to really cut into the tendons a lot more and hurt him a lot more. Okay, where his arm cannot stay here. If it's a regular kick, he can hit it and bounce off. But use a knife edge to punish that person, where he can't put his hand there all the time. So you cut there, into his rib cage area, into a groin area right here, side, either side, into the leg muscle area right here. Breaking them down. Okay, let's take a look at it now again, the kick. Knife edge. Okay, loose foot. front ball, and heel. Okay, that's the 4 variations of front kick. Front kick. These kicks here are some of the basic kicks along with the kicks you were exposed to in the first and second tape. Second tape where we used from yellow belt, white belt to yellow belt, dealing with the first basic, 7 to 8 kicks. Here we just add additional kicks to those there in many different variations. Okay, anything else?
The shuffle hook kick.
Shuffle hook kick is a devastating kick because what's happening here is that when I have my guard up this direction here, he can come right around the shuffle hook kick and just take it right on out. Right on out. Again, shuffle hook kick. Very devastating. Okay, do the other view. Here I am. You can blow my defense right apart. And the fast one. Again. And now I use the common hook kick roundhouse here. Again. And from here, now they should be learning how to shuffle and add several kicks. So diagonally, here's what we're saying. He can come at me, and he can throw a series of roundhouse kicks to back me up. Or he can really mix me up and throw the combination of the hook kick roundhouse combination. And that would really get a guy confused, and he wouldn't know where to go to. He couldn't quite stop this foot to block it. To stop. Thank you, sir. I want to thank Jeff Jancic at the very beginning of this tape number 3 on the wrist techniques. From there we use Mr. Brian LeBeau's 3rd degree black belt in Hapkido on the wrist techniques. Mr. Andrew Long, 3rd degree
Black belt Hapkido and Taekwondo.
in the kicking aspect here. And also I'd like to thank Gary Biskin for helping us on the videotaping, running the camera, and also telling us which techniques we're on next. Okay, sir, thank you very much. And tape number 4, you'll be seeing a lot more combination techniques from blue belt to red belt and getting to the fancy parts of taking a person down and how to use what's called combination techniques a lot more effectively. Plus additional sleeper holds, cane techniques, and other areas like that that are quite interesting. Okay. Final points is things or areas that you strive to kill a person. 1, 2, through the skull. 3, on the bridge of nose coming downwards. 4, right through the upper throat. 5, left quarter area. 6, the windpipe, lower area. 7, base of the skull. 8, over the heart. 9, solar plexus. 10, the same side President Reagan was shot on, to the ribcage area. 11, kidney area. 12, below the solar plexus, 3 inches. 13, the groin area. Those 13 major areas, a person can be killed with a single proper strike. Now we're going to pressure points. Pressure points. Dealing with the head first. 1, behind the ears. 2, underneath the eyelids. 3, still a pressure point in an area that could kill a person too, just by pressing there. 4, tip of the chin. 5, under the nose. 6, straight down here in the esophagus. Next one, collarbone. The lats back here work against people who are prepared for it, people who are very muscular, the army doesn't work. 14, the pectoralis muscle here, underneath and above. 2 areas right there. Also the back ones, the lat areas. And the armpit area. 17, 18, right in the bend, the joint here. and underneath where crazy bone is. On the wrist area, and also for open the palm up. On the thumb area, between the thumb and the finger, known as the lion's mouth. Between the first two and second and twisting. The hip bone coming right here.
Inside also. Center of the calf muscle.
End of the Achilles. Between the first big toe and second and third toe. Those to name a lot of the major pressure points on a person. These areas here are used to be struck as far as the first knuckle, middle knuckle, thumb, or a stick, or a kubaton, or other instruments like that there are usually cane.